Hi, welcome to the show. I'm John, this is Charles, and we are on screen for the first time ever in all of our shows that we've done. And now that we are, don't you wish we hadn't? Uh, um, but we're glad to be here today, Sunday, live streaming with you. Of course, the comments are open, so start chatting and we'll try to get to you. Also, you can email us at afterhours@charlesandjohn.com. And that will, oops, wrong one there. Get the wrong, put up the wrong dots. Anyway, afterhours@charlesandjohn.com. That, if you want to send us a find or something that you want to show us or a haul, just send it to us, put a description in the email, shoot it over to us, and we can get it on the show. And also, you can visit us at our website at charlesandjohn.com. So we have quite a show today, actually.
Yes.
We have quite a bit to share with you today. Today's show, we've got some hidden treasures. And we're not talking about like the stuff you go and dig out of the ground, right?
Right.
And, yeah, so this is stuff that we didn't have time to put on the show or in an episode, or we picked it up someplace and we didn't, it wasn't enough for a show to do a whole episode on it, or it was one of those things where we didn't see anything really, so it wasn't worth shooting, and then on the way out you see something and you pick it up and you end up with these pieces that we didn't get to show you. So we wanted to show you some of those pieces today. Also, Charles will be showing you how to do an awesome summer olives tablescape. So this is perfect for summertime because it's minimalist, it's clean, it goes great on any table, and it's not cluttered, so you don't have that feeling, especially during summer, you don't want that feeling of just things everywhere because it makes things feel hot, or at least here in Texas, it's really hot.
And it's super easy.
Yeah, this is really easy. So he'll show you how to do it, and then we'll show you actually how we set it up in our own home. And we'll also be looking at a crystal tissue holder. This was actually a really great idea Charles came up with, and we'll show you how to do it. This is super simple too.
Yes, it is very simple.
Yeah,
Just
but
two things: a
two
box
things.
of tissues and a crystal rose bowl.
Right.
That's it.
And we put this in our bathroom, and it makes the entire restroom just look so much more elegant. And then we're going to show you another buffet tablescape that we did that you can put on a sideboard or a buffet or any table, really.
Yeah,
but
anything.
we used some pieces because people had said they wanted to see more of some placements of the items that we have and how it would look. So this is one we didn't get to last time, and we'll be sharing that with you today. So welcome, and we have a big show. So before we get started, though, I wanted to bring up a small correction. It was not really a correction, but somebody had commented to you last time about during a commercial that we ran.
Yes.
And so they had said, what did they said to you?
I think they said something about they were confused about the commercial, that they didn't understand it.
Right. And what it was, we had a commercial break. We probably won't do these again in the future, but we had a little break that we took so that we could rearrange things. And what it was, let me show you this. To do with just this channel. So we weren't saying that we're going to go this way. We're not going into the ghoulish, scary stories territory here. This is from my second channel. And like I said, if you want to see that, if that's something you're interested in, check out wideawakenightmares.com on YouTube and check out the stories. I think I have 2 episodes out now. I try to do 1 or 2 a month. So really interesting, but I just wanted to make that correction. That's not the way we're going, and we apologize if that's what it seemed like. But we're not going to do any commercials this time, so you don't have to worry about that. So I guess without any further ado, let us get started with hidden treasures. And like we said, the hidden treasures really wasn't about like things you found hidden in the dirt. It was kind of things that we haven't shown you yet, right?
Right.
So what do you have for us?
The first thing that I have actually is this piece here. If I can take it out without breaking it. It's this piece. It's just a candle holder, pillar stand. And the nice thing is he'll pull up here in just a moment of what this looked like before.
So this is the one that was the brass that you had cleaned up, right?
Yes.
So this is what it looked like before.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at the difference between that one and this here. We'll show it side by side here. Look at that. So what did you do to clean that up?
I just used Brasso and a lot of elbow grease.
What a different, and what is Brasso? Is it a...
It's a polish. You can polish stainless steel. You can polish brass. Pretty much polish anything.
That's amazing. That looks really, really good. That came out perfect, especially considering that before image there and what you're seeing here. That looks really good. And you can see, look at the detail on that. That came out really great. So, so that's one piece there. Where did you get that from? Do you remember?
I got this at a flea market.
Really?
And this is 24% lead crystal. And the interesting thing is it actually does have some lines in it, but it's inside the crystal. It's not on the outside.
Okay. So seams, and this is something that actually we're going to be talking about today, is that crystal can have seams in it.
Yes,
and that
if they are put in a mold, then they can have seams in them.
Because I believe last time on the last show we had talked about that crystal generally does not have that. What we said was cut glass or cut crystal. So you won't find that in cut crystal, right?
Right.
But this isn't cut. This piece here, this is
molded.
This is molded. And again, you can still see those same things with the mold, that it's not as sharp. It doesn't give off as much prismatic reflection. Even though it's crystal, you don't see it as much.
Right.
The cut crystal just looks just like a faceted diamond, I guess. Once the diamond is cut, it gives off all those reflections.
Now this one does have a lot of reflection. It's just the type of light that you want to be in. But it does have a reflection to it.
Yes. So this is actually 24% lead crystal here, but it was also molded.
Right.
So it's pressed crystal, pressed glass actually, and with lead in it. So that can happen.
Speaking of that, here's another piece that was bought. This is actually, it still has the sticker on it. It is by Toll.
Look at that.
And it is edged and frosted. It does have a base, which here's the base. And you just stick your candle in there and put it on the top.
Oh, you want to hold that up, and we can show it in the other camera here if you want to show this one here. There we go. There it is. You can see. Yeah. That's very pretty. I do like this here, this etching. That's very pretty. And this is crystal.
This is definitely crystal.
Yeah, and again, you can see that even as you're holding it right now, and the light's reflecting off it. I can see that prism happening. That's very, very pretty. Where did you get this piece?
Actually, the same flea market. And the nice thing is here's just something that you could do is you could take this base, since it has about the same cuts as this piece, and you actually can use it for the exact same thing.
Oh, that's great. So you can use it for more than one purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you could also do the same thing with the brass base with these two pieces. You can stack them on top of each other.
And that's what's nice about just collecting these pieces a little at a time from flea markets and whatnot.
Right.
Is that you can
They're
mix
very
and match them.
versatile.
Very versatile. Exactly. Exactly.
Get this stuff out of the way.
So what else do we have?
Here, let me get this stuff and put it over. Actually, the same place. Speaking of pressed molded crystal, I got this piece. You can use it for candy. You could use it for Christmas potpourri. You could even do a centerpiece for floral. And it's a beautiful piece. It's very heavy.
That is pretty. And you're right. I can see some of that prism, that refraction in the crystal, even though there is clearly a seam in there.
Yeah, there is a seam in this piece, and I did see the box online, and it does say that it is 24% lead crystal, but there is a seam.
Yeah.
So I got this one, and by the same company, I got this one. They are a little different.
Oh, they're very similar though. They look. Are those little sleighs? Is that what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. They're just little sleighs.
That's very pretty. And both crystal and both molded crystal, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So I paid $4 each for these.
Wow.
Yeah. And, oh, there was one of our puppies barking. So it was $4 each for the sleighs, and for both of the pillar candles, or lanterns if you want to call them lanterns. The one with the brass base was $7, and the toll piece was $15.
Wow.
And
So, do you know how much they're worth?
I could not find the brass base one online anywhere. The closest one I could find to it was about $80.
Oh, okay.
The sleighs I found online, they were about $50 a piece.
Nice.
And the toll piece, I found only the globe. I could not find the base to it, and just the globe by itself was $45.
Wow. Well, you know what's nice is that you buy these pieces because you want to display them and you want to use them in various things, but it's nice to know that they also appreciate and value this.
Right.
It's something that you can hand down to generations, and it actually has some worth and value to it as well.
Right. And would you like to show them the sideboard display?
Okay, so the sideboard display that we didn't get to show last time. I'm sorry if you hear a little clicking in the background. That's our puppies. They seem to be upset about somebody, I think, who walked by outside. So they're concerned about that. Normally they're very quiet. We had the sideboard from last time. Let me show you this here. We'll go ahead and put that on the screen here. And it's this one here, right?
Yes.
And so what are we seeing here?
So these are some pieces that I got online.
I can roll this back too.
Some of them I got in stores, and some of them we actually got at Round Top.
Okay, so and so this is all kind of on this white theme here, and we got this here.
That's the picture that we got.
And so we did show this in the video on the Round Top video, right?
Yes, we did.
So you did see this, very pretty, and you can see the whole display kind of is based on white. It has a white theme, right?
Yes.
And then here you've got
Cake plate. I got that at Goodwill for $3.
wow.
I found one similar to it online, and it was about $30.
That's nice. And then you decorated it by putting this fake cake on top of it.
Yes.
And then this is a really nice soup tureen here, right?
Yeah, I found that one on, I think it was Facebook Marketplace. And the lady had everything but the base, and I just so happened found a base almost identical to the one that came with it at Goodwill.
Oh, so you pieced this together to come up with the original piece that had existed. And look at how nice that looks all together with the little plants in the background there.
Yes, and actually those are two vases that are from the 50s, and I cannot find anything about them online, but I know they are old.
Right. And then you threw those two candelabras up there that we keep up there. They're heirlooms, right?
Yes.
But you could put anything there, something tall, because as you can see, it went tall and then shorter and then tall and shorter. And so you've got that kind of spacing going on there with this white theme. And it looks so clean, especially for spring or even summer. I like the white colors around summertime. It just looks a lot less hot than...
It does.
So there's that. That was an interesting side, but we didn't get to show that one last time. Do you have some more pieces for us?
I do. I actually got these at the same flea market. It is an entire series, and they are in mint condition. It's a series of Martha Stewart Christmas books.
Oh, look at that. And that's the originals. I mean, look how young she looks here. That must be pretty old.
Yeah. But it's the entire series, and they are in perfect condition. There's nothing wrong with them. There's no discoloration. They're perfect.
How nice. And you know, they're actual recipes that they don't go out of style recipes. And then they've got decoration tips and things like that in there. So it's just
old decorations.
Look at that. And how much did you pay for the whole set?
She charged me $20 for the entire set, and I looked them up. They're broken up all over the place online, and they're about, I want to say some of the books were $10 a piece, some were $14, some were even $3. So it's kind of hard to determine exactly how much they're valued at.
Right. Wow. But you got the whole complete set here. That's the whole set.
Yes.
And in great condition. That's great. Absolutely.
I was happy with them.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay. So what's up next? We've seen some vases, and I see we've got some glasses back there.
Yes. Both of these sets. One we bought at where did we buy it? I think, were we out of state or?
We may have been, because we've been to Philadelphia, we've been
True.
all over the place, and every place we go, we stop and do some antiquing while we're there.
So these were a set of 8, I believe. And these were Tiffin, Franciscan crystal in the Melissa style.
That's very pretty. Look at those there.
There's nothing wrong with them. They were perfect. And I want to say we paid, I think it was $50 for these.
For the whole set?
Yes. And there were a set of 8 of both of them.
Oh, how much do they sell for?
I couldn't find the exact set, but I do know that people are selling them for about $25 a piece.
Wow. So got quite a bargain there.
Yeah. But yeah, they actually looked kind of bad when we first bought them. But after I got them home, cleaned them up, they ended up looking perfect.
And I guess that's something to mention is that, you know, when you're out there and you're looking in thrift shops or at antique stores and you see something, just because it doesn't look like it's in great condition doesn't mean it can't be cleaned up.
Right.
Because these looked bad when we got them. They were dirty. And after a good cleaning, they look absolutely new. Even from this vantage point where I'm sitting looking at them right now, I can't see any scratches or use really on them. Whereas some crystal that you buy when you're doing antiquing or shopping, you can see signs of wear from over the years with them.
Right. The next set that I bought this one from, it wasn't Goodwill, it was some thrift store in San Antonio. And these were Mikasa Jolie pattern. And again, these were a set of 8. They're huge. And there was nothing wrong with them. They were perfectly fine, no chips, scratches.
Are these crystal as well?
Yes, they are crystal.
Wow, that is and they're very, very clear. Are they heavy? These
They've
got some
got a
good
little-
weight to them.
yeah,
That's
they got-
another clue that you're dealing with crystal, is pieces that don't look heavy feel heavy.
Right. Yeah, it's funny. Like I have this tendency to finding things in stores that are valuable, and I just so happened I saw this set out of all the sets that they had in the entire store. This was the set that I was drawn to, and it wasn't because it was the number of set that we needed. It was just because I thought they were absolutely beautiful.
They are. They're very, very beautiful.
And I bought these for $2 a piece, and they sell for $35 a piece.
Wow. Wow. So anything else in the hidden treasures that we have?
Yes, and it's one of the things that we're going to be putting together, which is the rose bowl that we're going to turn into a tissue dispenser.
Nice.
So here's the rose bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Just a simple little rose bowl, very pretty. And a lot of people don't know that, you can use a rose bowl for more than just putting a bouquet of roses in there.
Is that what it's normally for? Because it looks kind of squatty to me. Like I couldn't imagine putting roses in there.
Yes. And this one is lead crystal. I bought it from Armadillo Antiques. And
Yeah, we did a show on them.
yes, and the lady was selling this crystal rose bowl for $10.
Wow. And it's very beautiful here, but on screen it might be, I don't know if it's the light or what, it looks a little more muddy, but you can see, I think it's just because it's so shiny that it's reflecting a lot because of all the cuts, but it actually is very beautiful and clear. It's just the camera may not be showing that very well, but it's a very beautiful bowl. So, and this is a rose bowl, so it's got this, it looks like it's got this like smaller opening in it.
Yes.
And then it's kind of a bowl. So what would you cut down the roses or something in there? How would you get them?
Yeah,
Because
you
roses
would-
are
you
like
would-
this long,
Right. You would normally cut them down. I mean, you want to leave some height to them. You want to start off with, them being taller and then getting shorter on the sides. You're basically going to try to mimic the same shape of the rose bowl with your roses. So you're going to start with longer stems, and then cut them a little shorter just to get that dome shape over the top of them.
Oh, that would be very pretty. But we have something else you can do with that. We'll be showing you that in a little while.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have any other hidden gems before we move on? Is that...
No, other than putting that display together and doing the rose bowl, I don't necessarily have anything else.
Okay. Well, then I guess we will move on to our summer olives tablescape, because like I said before, it's summertime is here. Well, if you're in Texas, summertime has been here for a while.
Right.
And this was very simple, and you got these items mostly on Amazon, right? I mean, most of the stuff came from Amazon. I think all of it came from Amazon for the actual planter piece.
For the planter piece,
Yes, and then for the extra items, we got it online. We're actually going to have the links to everything online, and then just a couple things you found around the house to make this. But
Yes.
show us this olives, this tablescape thing, and the main piece is actually this vase of olive branches, right?
Yes, these came from Amazon, and they sold as a set of, I want to say they sold as a set of 3, but I only used 5 of them for this piece. But they're individual pieces, they're nice. And you can actually use 1 or 2 of them in your piece if you wanted to. And then just this little vase.
And that is, you might show it on the, if you want to show it closer on the other camera. There you go. You can see that there's little ridges in it. Is that porcelain?
It's ceramic.
It's ceramic. Okay, so it's a little ceramic vase. And this actually came in a set of 3, right?
Yes.
And we have a link to that in the description of this show in case you're interested in picking that up. In full disclosure, if you click on it, we do get a commission, so thank you. But so this little vase came in a set of 3. Wasn't very expensive, but it's got
No.
that creamy kind of white color, kind of off-white color to it. So it goes well for any kind of summertime thing. And then you've got these green olive branches, and you can actually see there are little olives all over these branches here.
Some of them are greenish, some of them are a darker color.
Yeah, they look very realistic for what you pay for them. They really do look very realistic. And so you just took, and they come in individual picks, right?
Right.
So they look kind of like that there.
So yeah, you can just set a few in here. Just however many you think you want. I mean, you could add 2 and that would be enough. But I wanted to make them a little bigger when I put it together just because of the size of the table and the other pieces that were on the table.
That's looking good already, and you're just kind of putting them in there, and then you just kind of arrange them to make them look full and even.
Yeah. Or you could honestly, you could leave them like this and they look good either way.
Yeah, and so that looks, look how nice that looks, and it's simple. It goes well for summer, but what else do you put it with? I guess that's the question. Like I say, you got this, so what else did you decide to put it with?
And you know, before I even get to that, even if it's not enough for you, if you want some other color, you could buy some artificial roses. You could stick some artificial roses in there with the greenery and it would be perfect.
Oh, that would be very pretty.
So we did this piece and then I took 2 books, some nice sized books.
So these are just ones you had sitting around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just set them like this on the table, kind of just like that. Mm-hmm. And then we bought this little guy.
Oh, look at that it's a little fox, right?
Yeah, it's a little fox. And I saw him on a show and I looked him up. It took me a while to find him, but I did find him. He is metal.
Yes.
And he's coated in brass.
Yes. And we also have the link to this online, so you don't have to look for it. If you want to do this same display, we have it in the description. We have the link to the website, and this is what it looks like. And I believe it's about, $28 there.
Right, and they do have a Memorial Day sale right now.
So, hey, grab it now and get it for even less. And this goes with so many things.
It does.
So you can use it for a lot of different things. But here we have it on top of these books, and it just kind of gives some extra texture to the display.
Texture, get your eye to go away from other things that you have on the table. And it also just, it has a very festive look to it without it being too much.
That's really great. And so with this, then this was combined together to make the tablescape. And we want to roll that package and you can see exactly what you ended up doing here. So here we go. And there it is. This is our sitting room. And there it is in person. And it just came out, it just looks great. I mean, there's not that much there, but it's minimal. But, and then you can see there's some other pieces here that we put out just to, again, just very minimal, right? And it just, along with the little pop of color from the springtimey pillow there. And look at that. It looks great. It's minimal, but it says summertime. It actually is good for any time. I mean, it's just kind of very generic. And here's a close up of the leaves and that little fox. And like we said, links to all of it are in the description, except for the books. Obviously, you can pick up the books anywhere, off your own bookshelf, or you can go to a antique store or a thrift store and just find some old books.
Find some old books.
Yeah, and this is what it looked like in the end. So it looks really great. We were very pleased with it. So that came out really nice, really nice for just a few minutes worth of work, and it wasn't wasn't terribly expensive.
No.
Yeah.
And I did actually decide to take this little vintage 80s candle lantern, and I just decided to set it right by, just like that, with the vase.
To give it a little more height, because like we saw in the other video, you kind of got that the different heights going on, and
Right.
that gives visual interest.
Right. But yeah, I figured it would be something that would be fun for you guys to do if you don't know exactly what you want to do with your table. This is just a perfect little idea.
Yeah.
Another thing that you can do if you want to use your fox all year round, for Christmas time, you could set him at a base that you've done like a Christmas floral arrangement. You could nestle him right at the base of your vase, put a couple of glass ornaments around him, and he would fit perfectly well with your Christmas
Well, that's
decor.
a great idea. That is a great idea. So that would be...
Especially if you have brass candle holders.
Right. What a great idea. And so, yeah, hope you like that. That was simple, and it was easy to do. And like I said, links in the description if you guys would like to purchase that. So moving on to the next thing that we wanted to share, we were talking about this rose bowl earlier,
Yes.
and we're going to show you how to turn this into a tissue holder. And when I saw this, I didn't believe this actually would work, but it did. And it's really nice, and it's just a box of tissues and this rose bowl that you had. And I guess anything that's kind of this shape that has the smaller opening at the top would work, right?
Right.
So let's take a look at that. So you've got your...
Got your rose bowl and your box of tissues. And you just peel open the side.
So you don't take it from the top like you normally would.
No.
Yeah.
Because you want to keep the fold of the tissues just like they are. And, well, last time I did this, these tissues were much smaller. So we will break them up.
So you can take them apart then.
Yes, because the way they're layered, you can pull them half apart. You can fold half of them.
So what are you doing here? You're just kind of shoving them in?
Yep, just sticking it in there, just like that.
And now you can pull them out like actual tissues.
Mm-hmm.
So if I just reached over here, right? Look at that, and then the next one's ready to go, and you can just pull it out there. Look at that. That's so simple.
Yeah.
That's really a simple idea, but look how nice that looks. Imagine that sitting on the back of your commode or on the side of your sink or something. And actually, this is, not just a restroom. This would go in a lot of rooms where, you want to have some tissues at hand or something,
Right.
Especially during the winter season or cold season, have these sitting around. And you could just refill them, so you don't have to, worry about the boxes coordinating with your house or whatever, or buying the really expensive stuff. You can buy the cheap ones, and nobody would know, because this looks fantastic. It looks really nice.
And luckily, with the box of tissues, you have plenty of extra tissues. So
Right.
once this runs low, you just shove more down in there.
Right.
But it's so easy.
I like that. I like how that works. And that's just the perfect shape for it, because if the mouth had been a little wider, it wouldn't work. If the mouth would have been too small, you wouldn't be able to get the napkins in there. But that's a perfect opening for those tissues.
Right, and if you happen to have more rose bowls, you can actually just take what's left over of these and just stick them in your other rose bowl and put them in another bathroom or your bedroom, bedside table, your dresser, pretty much anywhere you would need box of tissues.
Wow. So a nice project, easy to do. Those are 2 easy projects today that we showed you, both of them. Was there anything else that we had today to show everyone?
No?
I know we haven't had a show in a while. We're going to get back to doing shows soon. Like we've said, we've been very busy with other things. But go back and watch our previous shows if you haven't already. There's some that people really seem to like, especially the ones from Round Top where we did that.
Yes.
Those are some of our most popular shows. And also comment. Let us know what you want to see. If there's a store you want us to hit or visit, we'd be happy to go out there and check it out and see what we can find. If there's a topic you want us to cover, if you hadn't noticed, there's a gigantic case of crystal behind us here. So if you want to hear more about a certain type of crystal or you want to see some of the pieces, let us know. We'd be happy to do that as well.
And there's more crystal than this case.
Right.
This is as much as we could fit in there without it looking completely jumbled. So there's a lot that we have. So let us know if you're interested.
Absolutely. And as we said before, you can send an email to afterhours at, what's over here, charlesandjohn.com if you have finds that you want to share with us. And we'll put them on the show and show them off, and we'd be happy to do that. You can also visit us at charlesandjohn.com, where all of our shows are at, and you can see all of those. Also, be sure to like this video. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. That really, really does help us out. We know we have a lot of viewers, and most of you aren't subscribed. So if you would just hit that subscribe button, that would really help us out a lot.
Definitely.
And of course, share this with your friends. If this is something you enjoy, if you enjoy our show, let your friends know. Post it on Facebook, post it on Instagram, wherever you post a video. We'd be happy to have you share this video and our work with you. I think that's about it for today. I think we've covered quite a bit in a small amount of time. We hope you like this new format, the multi-camera. As usual, we're still trying to get all the technical details worked out, but I think we did a lot better than we did last time with getting everything on the air. So we appreciate you being here and spending your time with us, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Thanks, guys.